so taking a look at the design and build quality, as I move it around, you can see it's not a thin and light laptop. No, not from any angle. This is bold, it's built like a tank, and yeah, the materials used are also pretty good. So Dell's using magnesium metal alloy to construct the chassis of the laptop. Plus they have this soft touch coating on top, which feels really good and comfortable and just nice to use. But I am kind of worried about its wear and tear in the long run. But yeah, for now, if you can take care of it and keep it nice and clean, it's a really good material. Plus build quality, as I said, there's no flex at all, like absolutely no flex. It's built like a tank, like an actual tank. Outer space, spaceship vibes. The design is unique and it's Alienware like, and everything just feels quality. Like the hinge, for example, it's really good, and I think in day-to-day use you'll really enjoy it. And towards the back of the laptop, you have these really good looking LEDs, which I'm really happy that Dell's doing this kind of design. It's very unique. You also have their alien head that glows. And yeah, as I said, design and build quality is sorted for this laptop. You'll have absolutely no issues with that. And now talking about the specifications of this laptop. And when I tell you that, you'll realize that this is no longer a laptop. It's rocking full desktop grade parts. So a Core i9-9900K, 32 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, and RTX 2080 from NVIDIA. You have two 512 gigabyte PCI SSDs, 1 terabyte hard drive, and you also have a 91 watt hour battery, which is very close to the limit that airplanes and just travel allows to use. Although you'll never be using this laptop on battery life, because on battery life it sucks. It's going to be like 30 to 45 minutes maximum, and you will not get really good performance. You'll get like 15-30 FPS in games. But that's where the power aspect of this comes in. And just have a look at these. These are two 330 watt power bricks that you need to run this laptop. You can use even on one power brick, but you will not get full performance. So these are the kind of things you'll be carrying around if you're buying this laptop. Those are definitely necessary, and I don't mind or don't want to hate on Dell for doing that, because this laptop has full desktop grade components and it requires that kind of power. Once you do attach both of the power bricks on the back, you'll get full performance, and yeah, it'll get a lot louder than just the normal fan speed. And if once you start pushing the laptop with games and just heavy workloads, you will hear a lot of noise and you'll feel that the laptop is getting hot. Although I appreciate Dell for including ventilation on every place of the laptop, bottom, sides, top, everywhere. And yeah, it gets hot, but not in the places where it'll kind of affect your experience. So it does not get hot near the keyboard or near the trackpad or anything like that. So your experience is going to be good. So if you are like using the mouse very close by, you can feel it. So be careful about that. But other than that, just the thermals and the noise aside, the performance on this laptop is really good, like absolutely amazing. And it's very close to a desktop. And that's where I say it's not a laptop, it's a desktop replacement or a portable desktop, a portable workstation with a lot of power. And yeah, thermals and just the noise aside, the performance on this laptop is absolutely amazing. It crushes all the benchmarking apps. It also crushes, all the games, modern AAA titles, esport titles. You'll have a really good experience playing them. You'll have really good frame rates. You can max the games out at 1080p or even 1440p if you have a different display attached to this laptop. Or you can also try some 4K gaming. And talking about the screen that you get with this laptop, you have two options. The one I have is going to be a 1080p 144Hz G-Sync compatible HDR enabled panel. So it's a really beautiful screen in my opinion. There's also a 60Hz available, but I would say if you're spending that kind of money, just go with the 144Hz. You'll have a really good experience while gaming and just doing, normal day-to-day stuff. And as I said, it has HDR, so you'll get really good dynamic range as well. And the screen gets plenty bright. And below the screen, you have the Tobii Eye Tracking technology. Although games don't really support it that well, and yeah, all that it's used for is dimming the display if you're not looking at it, and yeah, that kind of saves battery life or just power in general. And on top you have a really good decent looking webcam, and again, appreciate Dell for doing that. And you have very thin bezels surrounding the display, and it's a matte panel, it's not a glossy panel, but this panel does really good, and yeah, you'll have a really good experience using it. Talking about the experience part, the keyboard and the trackpad are just really good. They're Alienware quality. So yeah, you have Dell's classic plush high travel keyboard, so keystrokes feel really good. It's very tactile, it's not mushy or anything, and you have a really good gaming experience or just typing experience. The trackpad, again, it lights up, it's really good. You have 2 clicks, it's a glass top, and it's using Synaptic drivers. I would have recommended Windows Precision ones, but again, gestures and just tracking feels smooth in my opinion. And even if you don't like the trackpad or you don't like using it, I think you'll still be using some kind of mouse with this one, a gaming one or wireless one or something like that. So yeah, your experience should be sorted there. And the keyboard is backlit. You have Alien FX that kind of has this really good looking lighting, although it's not like Razer chroma level, but it's there and it's really good. And also on the front of the laptop you have your dual front firing speakers. They're really good quality again. They crank out a really good amount of volume, plus the quality itself was very good. But I'd still recommend you use headphones, really good quality headphones, because most of the time you'll be hearing the laptop just exhaust out hot air, so you might not be using the speakers a lot. Talking about the inputs or the ports, you have a lot of ports here. You have USB Type-C, so that's Thunderbolt 3 compatible. You have 3 USB 3.1 ports. You have HDMI, you have mini DisplayPort 2.0. You also have Dell's graphics amplifier port, so if you were to connect accessories via that. You also have 2 DC inputs for those huge power bricks, and no SD card reader. I am surprised why Dell hasn't included a SD card reader. And you also have dedicated microphone and headphone jacks. And talking about the back, aside from the ports and the light, you have a lot of ventilation, and this light is just amazing, man. Like, appreciate Dell. I love Dell for going this way. It's really unique. It really complements the Alienware branding and kind of gives off that outer space feel, as I said. And one more thing that I would love to mention, and I appreciate Dell for doing that, it has really good hardware and Dell wants you to upgrade it as well. This is a really good user upgradable laptop. So if you can open it up, you'll first have the easy upgrades, RAM, SSD storage and stuff like that. You can also replace the battery if you wanted to in the future. Plus, if you were to go inside, like dig deeper into the laptop, for which Dell has a really good high quality guide on how to disassemble the laptop and stuff like that. Inside, you can upgrade the GPU if NVIDIA keeps the same standards. So yeah, it's like a advanced MXM structure. Plus, you can pop out that i9 9900K and maybe add something else in the future. If your laptop does not come with the i9, you can just buy one and pop it in. It's the same desktop grade processor, and the cooling inside it is also really good. So you have 6 copper heat pipes just dissipating heat all over the place. And fans spin, they spin loud. If you push the laptop, they do go up to their max speed and stuff like that. But in my opinion, performance is really good, and thermals and just noise has been a problem of gaming laptops from the time they started. And trying to pack desktop grade components, not max Q, not mobile, desktop grade fully fledged components, running them at max speed and performance, you have to compromise somewhere, and this is going to be in the thermals department and also in the cooling department. Although this laptop does not throttle that much, like it does not throttle or go down in performance, it just is really hot and loud all the time. And other than that, my experience with this one was really good. I played some RTX titles, Control for example, and I was getting 80 to 90 FPS with RTX maxed out at 1080p, and without RTX you're getting really good frame rates again, like 150 plus in most of the games. And talking about the software, Windows 10 Pro is again preloaded. You have a lot of bloatware from Dell's side, McAfee's there. You can get rid of that easily, I guess. And talking about the pricing, this will retail for $4,500 or upwards of 3.5 lakhs in India. And for that kind of price, it's a really good laptop, or also a desktop or a portable workstation, whatever you want to call it. It's not that portable, so if you were to take this laptop outside, you'll have to first find a bag that fits it in. Then you have to take the laptop plus the 2 power bricks. You can take one if you want to, but again, you'll not get full performance. You have to take the 2 power bricks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can still carry it, but I don't think you'll be, lagging around with that kind of weight on your back. That'll definitely give you a backache if you do that on a daily basis. But it's a really good option for people who know they need it. It's a good option for people who travel a lot for business and work, who need this kind of power on the go. Yeah, if you don't have, space for keeping a whole desktop setup, keyboard, mouse, monitor and stuff like that, this is going to be one good package. Yeah, it's definitely worth it if you have the kind of use case for this, laptop and its power. And yeah, huge thanks to Sadik and Dell for sending this laptop out for review. And thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then go ahead and smash the like button. Plus go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. It's a really good laptop. It's not bad, but as I told you, it's pros and cons. You have to decide what your priorities are. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.